Hello students. In this video, we're going to have some fun with magnets. Magnets are fascinating objects because they have a special ability. They can attract certain materials, like iron, cobalt, and nickel. This pulling force is called magnetism or magnetic force. You might have seen magnets sticking to your fridge or in speakers. Now, not all magnets are the same. Some magnets are natural, for example, a rock called magnetite. Others are made by people and are called artificial magnets. These artificial magnets can either be temporary or permanent. Let's start with temporary magnets. These are magnets that can be turned on and off. For example, if you rub a piece of iron or steel with a magnet, it can become temporarily magnetic. But if you remove the magnet, the iron or steel will lose its magnetic power. On the other hand, we have permanent magnets. These magnets always have their magnetic force, they can't be turned off. Now, let's talk about the materials that magnets interact with. There are two main types, magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. Magnetic materials are the ones that get attracted to magnets. Examples include iron, nickel, and cobalt. Whereas non-magnetic materials don't get attracted to magnets at all. Things like leather, cloth, paper, and wood are non-magnetic. Every magnet has two special ends called poles, the North Pole and the South Pole. These poles are opposites, and the force of attraction between a magnet and a magnetic material is strongest at these poles. Now, here are some fascinating properties of magnets. First, like poles repel, and unlike poles attract. Second, repulsion is a reliable way to tell if an object is magnetic. If you bring a magnet close to another magnet and they repel, it means the object is magnetic. Third, if you suspend a magnet freely, it will always point north-south. This is because magnets align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field. Another interesting property is that if you break a magnet into smaller pieces, each piece will act as its own individual magnet, with its own north and south poles. But did you know that magnets can lose their magnetism? If you drop a magnet, heat it to a high temperature, or hit it hard, it can lose its magnetic properties. This is why you need to be careful with your magnets. Lastly, magnets can work through certain materials. For example, a magnet can attract or repel objects even if there's a material like cloth, plastic, or glass in between. Now, let's dive into something really amazing, the Earth's magnetic field. Our planet has its own magnetic field, which acts like a big invisible shield surrounding the Earth. This magnetic field is created by the movement of molten iron and nickel deep inside the Earth's outer core. We can think of it as if there's a giant bar magnet inside the Earth, with its own north and south poles. Interestingly, the Earth's magnetic poles aren't exactly in the same place as the geographic poles we see on maps. For instance, the Earth's south magnetic pole is located near the geographic North Pole, and the north magnetic pole is near the geographic South Pole. This is why, when you hang a magnet freely, its north pole points towards the geographic north, which is actually the Earth's magnetic south pole. Now, let's move on to how you can make a magnet. There are several ways to create magnets, such as the single-touch or double-touch method where you can use permanent magnets to make temporary ones. And then there's the method that uses electricity. By wrapping a wire around a piece of iron and passing an electric current through the wire, you can create a temporary magnet called an electromagnet. This type of magnet is useful in things like cranes that lift heavy metal objects. Now that we know how to make magnets, let's talk about storing them. Magnets need to be stored properly to maintain their strength over time. For bar magnets, it's best to store them in pairs, with their opposite poles on the same side. For U-shaped magnets, also known as horseshoe magnets, you generally only need one magnetic keeper, which you place across the open ends of the magnet to connect the poles together. So, that's a fun exploration of magnets. From the way they attract materials, to how we can make and store them, magnets are full of surprises. Give this question a try now. What type of magnet loses its magnetism when a magnet is removed? Please share your answer in the comments. The complete curriculum for Class 6 is available on our channel. Check out all the links provided in the description below. Please make sure to like, share, and comment for more such videos.